where last our party left off, the ongoing crisis in the city of Garakan has continued to progress, with the party doing everything that they can to put out fires and keep the situation under control. Most recently, they managed to prevent something that was seen in the very first vision that Stas had of the bridge to Donetski being collapsed. And they prevented that from happening by eliminating the death blossom that was growing in one of the houses in the Donetski region. They also managed to quell some looting in Turin by sending, at the behest of Thorold and Kitty, Errol Dybbuk and his group of rambunctious orcs to that district, with the promise they would put in the good word with the Orc Lord on their behalf. The Imperial Army has moved into the area a couple of days ago. They sent out their armed forces to try and take on and essentially eliminate 3 of the orc clans as they slept. The party sent Riley and Sarah to attempt to warn them of this oncoming threat. The remainder of the Imperials had set up camp just outside the town. Lithram was continuing to do his experiments, having come up with a rudimentary treatment for the disease that at least forestalls that final stage. And he is working currently with the Kine outside the city. The rest of the party was taken in by Gorotashan and the Imperial soldiers and brought to the Imperial camp, where they are being put to work helping out the soldiers as the first few cases of this disease has begun to show up there. And I suppose there's one more thing that is worth mentioning, which is that the first of the party members has also gotten sick, as Thorold has fallen victim to the disease.
I'm fine.
And given that this is where we are, we will start with a brief check-in with Lithram, who is continuing to work. This is on the night of day 7, so before we get to day 8, which is where most of tonight's game will take place. So, Lithram, you have been working towards a cure, and you have managed to make a few samples of this limited treatment. If you would, please go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. You can add Wizard's Apprentice to it. All right.
I think that'll do it.
That will do it. You, with that roll, managed to create 4 more vials of the temporary treatment that you can, if you want to try and help prevent people from succumbing to the disease, you can take those 4 vials and administer them tonight. Doing so, however, will make you a little bit tired the next day, as it will take most of the night to take them to the people who need them. And as you are putting finishing touches on those vials, Mother Spark leans into the makeshift space that you've been provided and says, Lithram, is there anything else you need?
More time, but I don't think you can afford me that.
The Lich King looks over at you and says, well, you could tell her that you've been hallucinating for the past few hours.
Oh, is that what I've been doing? That's fantastic.
I'm sorry, Lithram, what are you saying?
Nothing.
Well, do not hesitate to ask if you need anything further. She steps out. And Agalantar says, so, you think you're actually going to manage this little thing?
Who's that, Agalantar?
That would be the Lich King.
Oh, okay.
Is he talking from inside Lithram's head?
That's the going theory.
Sean, why do you always end up with little voices inside your head?
I don't know. It just seems to be a trait that follows me from campaign to campaign.
You've been working yourself pretty hard. You're a little tired. And he says,
Which makes me a little susceptible to things, I guess.
clearly. He says, so, I have a question for you. Just help keep the brain percolating, keep things rolling, as it were. Did you know that there are 7 traditional solutions for a locked room mystery to play out? How many do you think you can name? What's the solution? Bodies found, locked room, seemingly impossible to have been killed. How was it done? What are the solutions? What are the 7 possible answers here? They're dead, keys in their pocket, lying on the bed. No way that they could have gotten in there, seemingly. An impossible murder. What are the solutions? You look around the room, you see visions of your companions. Stas, Araza, Graveling, Kitty, Thorold, all looking at you. And the rest of you can help with this as well as other hallucinations of Lithram's mind. You can also help solve, try to answer the
Impossible
question.
murder.
So how does it happen? How did the killer do it?
It could have been suicide. Or are we assuming that it was
Suicide! That's one of the 7, yes. It is entirely possible that the killer was in fact the victim. 1 down, 6 to go. What are the other ways? What do you think?
The killer never left.
The killer never left. They're still in the room. Then when people find the body, they slip out with the crowd. That's a second solution. Yes. Very good. What else do you think?
Maybe you're the killer and just don't know.
Now, who are you in this scenario? I'm sorry, Lithram. I know it's really confusing when your hallucinations start arguing with each other.
Yes.
And bear in mind, the question is not who, but how. How is it possible? 5 other ways, traditionally speaking.
Can you teleport out of there?
Now, there you are. Yes, this is one possible solution. It's typically done in various ways. We'll give it a category. We'll say the killer has a secret way in and out of the room. You know, air ducts, teleportation, things like that. Passing through walls. They take the hinges off the window, slip out the window, and then put them back in. That sort of thing. A secret way in or out. That's 3. Any others you can think of?
You set it up beforehand? Premeditation?
Set it up beforehand. So, in other words, there's some device, some means that they die in the room. It is a locked room mystery. There doesn't need to be a murder. They go in and a knife magically adhered to the ceiling falls and impales them straight through the heart. Yes, that's one of the ways. That's 4. Give me an intelligence roll for Lithram. No ability to add anything.
I was also thinking, like, maybe if you... Oh, I guess that would be premeditating. Like, if you poisoned their food or something before they got into the room.
Yes, that fits in the same delayed reaction sort of thing. Yeah, so getting 4 of those 7, you feel like you're making progress towards finding something that can be more effective against this disease, but it keeps eluding you. And as you puzzle it, Agalantar then says, well, you keep working at it. I'm sure you'll come up with something. And as you rub your bleary eyes, the hallucinations fade. You look outside and see that it's rather dark. And the question then comes to you, Lithram. During the night, do you go around trying to administer those 4 treatments that you've got, thus spending the evening? And I'll say that the result of that would be that you would lose half of your recoveries. But you get to protect people from death. Or do you get your full rest, but leave the people vulnerable?
I think I'm going to administer the potions that I developed.
Lithram, rubbing weary eyes, heads back into the city and begins finding people to administer to. Who would you like to give these 4 doses to?
Thorold is not looking great.
Thorold is actually ill.
Alright, we'll give that to Thorold.
So we'll save one for Thorold, so Thorold will get one. Who else?
Okay.
This dwarf right here is in a coma. He could certainly use it. He is a lead for Kitty.
I will give him something.
Okay. Yeah, you head into his shop. Find he's being administered to there in his home, and
Shumalaka's not doing great, and this guy.
Yeah, Shumalaka is not doing great. She's sick as well. Who else?
Who is this?
Yoon.
That's Yoon Arapasha. He is the Imperial who has worked on occasion with Stas. So you decide Stanton, and then Shumalaka, and then who's for the last one? Yoon, or you want somebody else?
Then I'll do the guy that's worked with Thomas.
Okay. While you're doing this and going from place to place, give me a wisdom roll. While you are in Stanton Behringer's home, administering to him, he's currently in a coma, and while you are giving him the dose there, you notice a holy symbol around his neck. Would you like to look more closely?
Do I need to make a roll for that?
No, you gradually pull it out from underneath his clothes, and your eyes go wide, and you recognize it. It is the symbol of the Seekers of the Sun, the cult who experimented upon you when you were young.
Good to know. I'll keep that in the back of my mind.
Okay. And then you continue to go about, feeling weary as you trudge through, making your way to the inn where you administer to Yun, who tells you why Stas isn't here at the inn. He tells you they've been taken by the Imperials and they're at the army camp.
Great, now I'm gonna have to fix that one too.
What do you do next, Lithram?
Now is it just Stas or everyone is there?
Everyone is there.
And I administered everyone that I needed to go to?
Well, except for Thorold, who you haven't managed to get to yet.
No,
Because he's at the army camp.
I guess I should try and see if I could sneak towards the camp and observe where they are.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
Oh.
As you approach, a number of Imperial soldiers close in on you and come up to you, as you are not as stealthy as you would like to be. One of them comes up and says, "Are you Lithram?"
Who's asking?
The Third Dragon Empire.
I may know this person.
He just kind of blinks like, what is this person doing? He says, "You are wanted at the camp. Your compatriots are under contract there, and we've been requested to gather you."
Well, good, because I was looking for one of them, so take me to them.
Seeing you cooperating, they lead you. You find the party preparing for something, gathering up equipment. Some of them administering to the sick, and as the day is dawning, the rest of the party, you see a weary Lithram led into the camp.
Nice to see you, finally.
It's good to see you guys too. I hope nothing terrible has befallen you.
Nothing too bad. How was your quarantine inside of your 4 walls?
I've made some progress.
Oh, don't talk about that too loud, buddy. These people, there's a lot of people and they want a lot of potions.
So, I have the thing, The thing.
Oh, you're looking for Thorold. You finally got that letter from his mom.
Yes.
Donald!
What is it? I'm fine. Hey!
Lithman's got that letter from your mom.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, that important letter you've been waiting for.
Yes.
Why don't we go somewhere private where you can read it?
Must have come to town while we were out. Huh?
Luckily, I was able to receive your letter. So again, let's go somewhere private where you can read it.
Yes.
You find a tent that is currently vacant and go in where you can receive your dose from Lithram. And as you do this, not feeling the best, but doing the best you can despite this. Let's see how things go. Lithram, you're hungry. You had to eat yesterday, this morning. And I feel like you probably can't afford the food, so you have to eat something out of your pack. So pick some things out of your pack that constitute a meal, and then roll me a hard save.
I guess we'll go with a couple of apples and some bread. Does that constitute as a meal?
Sure, yeah, a couple apples and some bread. That sounds like a decent enough meal. Apples are pretty filling, and...
Oh, God. No, do I subtract 8?
Yeah, you subtract 8.
Crap.
And are you still okay?
I am at 10.
That's not bad. Let's. So the rest of the party actually doesn't have to roll that save, as the rest of the party for the morning was able to eat army rations, which Stas spent some time previously to separate out those that had been infected by Inikitsu, and so you had uncontaminated food for a change. The rest of the people of Garakan are not so lucky, so let's see how they do. As we're doing that, the party does have the opportunity to fill Lithram in on the planned sting operation that is going down this morning. And here we go. We'll start with some rolls. Okay? That's fine. That's fine. 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 Okay. We have a death.
Oh.
Oh no, the guy.
Yeah, one of the elderly member of the lodge and leader of the lodge. This is Eric Forum, has perished. His son Dugan has recovered from his coma and is out of the woods on that. Still sick, but he goes back a stage, only to find that his father has passed. Okay. All right. With the additional treatment that Lithram provided, Stanton Behringer survives the day, and is not in the coma anymore. Shimulaka is fine. Everyone else of our currently sick characters are all right. We do need to make a roll for Thorold, though. Thorold, would you like to do the honors and roll me 2d20? We're going to take the higher one because you've been taking some fireweed. But we do need to see if Thorold dies. 19. You are okay for the time being.
Never worried.
Yeah, as that takes place, some looting has now begun to happen in the Mother's Milk District for the first time. Turin and Doneski currently under control as a result of previous party actions, but now there's a little bit of looting in Mother's Milk also. The Heart also under control at the moment.
Those are the rich people, right?
Yeah.
They can afford it.
They can afford it. We're fine.
there's you're like, we got a lot of stuff to do. We can't handle any more of this looting right now. And so the party are gathered up by Guru Atashan, who says, "All right then, it's time." Looks up at you, Lithram, says, "Your companions have informed me that this disease is a result of poison propagated by a member of the Empire. I was understandably skeptical of these claims, as the far more likely scenarios would remain that it's you, the out-of-town weirdos, who did it. But your efforts in town have not gone unnoticed, and your story should be checked out. The green thing that travels with you suggested a sting operation, a fake caravan of food arriving in the city. And if this individual tries to poison it, well, we can catch them in the act. A strategy based upon an imperial stratagem, of course. He didn't come up with it himself, obviously. But, in any case, that is what we're going to be attempting. We're bringing up the caravan through the south, towards Daneski. It's some carts that we brought the army. They're filled with sandbags, but I've given word in the city that they're arriving. Emergency food for everyone. The townspeople, when they find out that it's just nothing, will probably be none too happy about it, but if we catch the perpetrator, then perhaps that's worth it. And you're all coming with me because I want to keep eyes on you while this operation goes down. If you try anything, you'll be executed.
Well, good thing we won't be trying anything today.
Wonderful, wonderful. I knew you looked like a smart one. Then let's make this happen. Lithram, you'll be starting with only 4 recoveries today instead of your normal 8. Everyone else, you have had the opportunity to do your full heal. And as a reminder, you have already checked skills and hit points on your incremental advances. So you make sure that you've got those checked so that you are fully armed and dangerous and ready for what is to come. So the Imperials take you to a house just on the edge of the district of Daneski, where you will oversee the bringing in of the fake caravan of food. And so here we go.
Dun dun.
A number of Imperial soldiers hold up with you, along with Gorata Shan, keeping a careful eye on you as you hold up in this house, watching for what comes. And the fake caravan being moved in by several other Imperial soldiers toward the edge of the town, moving up along the path. And as that is happening, let me get wisdom checks from everybody. As you keep your eyes peeled and try to spy and see if you can spot any other signs of this.
Can I use my scout?
Yeah, let's use scout on that. That makes sense. Hey, 25 for Lithram. Pretty good. 16 for Thorold. 14 for Kitty. I'll roll for Stas. And then 14 also for Stas. Then whenever you're able, Valerie, it seems you're having some difficulty.
How can you tell?
17. All right. As you keep your eyes peeled, the caravan begins making its way towards the entrance to the city. You do not see Inikitsu, but what you do see is Lithram and Araza in particular, you see movement through the streets coming this way, and you, Lithram, also see a few arrows being fired, sort of flitting from rooftops into ground level.
Does it look like it's like riders or?
You try to spot who could be doing it. You don't actually see it. It's from a little bit further, but it's seems to be a single actor moving across the rooftops, firing arrows, and then you, as you look at the ground level, you can pick out and make out what's happening enough to sound the alarm. It's someone is deliberately driving a horde of zombies straight at the food caravan, and as you announce that, I think we had best roll some initiative.
A fight, you say? A fight?
I do. Yes, I do say a fight. And while y'all roll initiative, it's going to take me a little bit because I got a lot to roll. There it goes. All right. At the start, you see rising up from the ground a ghostly figure that strikes at this Imperial soldier in the front, striking out with an ice-cold ghost blade that deals 14 points of negative energy damage. The soldier suddenly clutches at his chest. Next up, ghoul lurching its way forward and then attacking the same soldier with a prehensile. Oh wait, no, this is one who does a vomit comet, and it's going to hit 3 targets as the ghoul pus buster. 6 damage to this Imperial soldier as he's blasted by vomit, shot with arrows. Gorata Shan sees this happening, and then just starts yelling, "Deal with these!" And he's going to rush out and charge this one in the back and going to do a melee attack. And he clean misses. Not best. The Imperial soldiers who are in the house with you are kind of uncertain what to do. A couple of them head out to try and deal with the zombie situation. They're going to rush up here and do a couple of longsword attacks.
Oh, these damn Imperials were supposed to be impressive fighters, not the fucking reserves.
I mean, the Empire is in a bit of a rough state at present. One hits, one misses. They're slightly less impressive than you might have expected. Raz is up.
We'll take a shot.
Okay, yeah, you duck out of the building and take a shot at something. What's you targeting?
I don't know. I guess I'll shoot this thing that's attacking the Imperial soldier.
The ghostly creature right here.
Oh, it's a ghost, like, as in...
Yeah.
Like, arrow will not make a difference?
Now I have a...
Okay, bye, Sean. Go say
Bye.
Oh. There we go.
There it goes.
It is a miss, though, on those creatures. Are you sending Graveling out?
Yeah, I guess.
Graveling scurries up behind the Imperial soldiers and can go for a claw and fang attack against the skeleton. Miss. Narrowly, but a miss.
Okay.
The Imperial soldier who just got messed up is going to take a flailing swing with his longsword at the ghost. It does hit, but it only does partial damage, as the ghost is only partially corporeal and has resistance. A horde of shufflers pours forth at the Imperial soldiers and going to make several rotting fist attacks as they pummel and pound into the beleaguered Imperial soldiers, killing one and dealing, let's see, actually not doing any damage to the other, as they missed on all but the one attack that finished off that one guy. Next, it was Death Plague Orc. Stumbles its way forward and is going to dash to get up to this one. Skeleton Archer is going to take a shot. Shortbow flies out and will strike into this soldier who's surrounded by zombies, dealing 6 points of damage and bloodying him a little bit. Next up, the Licklash comes over. Is going to come up to this soldier and use Flesh-Seeking Tongue. That'll hit. Make that soldier vulnerable and deals 8 points of damage. Harold, you're up.
Gold is run outside the house, and I'll try and take some shots at this guy.
Okay, yeah. The bloated Death Plague Orc that has shambled its way forward. You rush out and take a couple of shots at it. First one, it's just a clean miss unless you want to reroll.
Yep. No, I can't do that with ranged attacks. Only melee attacks. That's my turn.
Yep, that is that. Stas is up next. Stas looks at what's happening and just says, all right, so I guess we're figuring Edie's not going to poison the food. She's just going to get the zombies to destroy it?
Seems like a fair assumption.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can spot her. So he just kind of comes up out of the house and is going to try and see if he can see Inikitsu. So we'll do a wisdom check. I can't tell where she's doing this from. And then he will just he's gonna save his spells for when he goes up against a for Eni and just toss out a bolt, a little magical arcane bolt that flies out and is going to burn into this skeleton archer.
Well, I mean, Lithram's 25 perception wasn't enough to spot her, correct?
Lithram did spot her. Lithram did spot the arrows, the moving from the rooftop. So Lithram has a decent idea of where she is. Stas, unfortunately, doesn't really have a great idea.
I don't suppose. Did Lithram convey that to us?
He conveyed a general area, but
Okay, got it.
but the party will now need to, in the heat of battle, to actually get a little bit closer and pinpoint exactly where she is. Soldier is going to move out and attack the horde. Missing. Skeleton warrior moves over here. He's going to attack. Ghoul is going to attack. Imperial soldier is going to come rushing up here and try to fight this guy. Hit the Death Plague Orc. As he comes out, stabs it. Second Ghoul Licklash. Going to use good old Flesh-Seeking Tongue. Against the physical defense of this guy, that will hit. His physical defense is a little bit lower, and so he does take 8 points of damage. The second Pus Buster is going to come up here and vomit spray over top of everybody. Vomit comet time. 2 targets, so both of these soldiers will get blasted. The one in front, just its physical defense, he gets hit. They both get blasted with the vomit and are now taking ongoing damage that spews over top. Kitty, you're up.
Kitty doesn't like getting vomited on anymore, so she's gonna run this way.
Any more?
Yeah, I got vomited on last time. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I know. I just meant, was she ever a fan?
No, I just don't like getting wet. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to attack.
Hard to get out of the fur.
Can I reach this guy or this guy?
I'd say, yeah. I mean, Kitty's pretty small, just kind of cramming up in there. I'd say you could do that.
I'd like to get the green one.
Okay, yeah. You sweep out with your sword spear, trying to take a big chunk out of the Death Plague Orc. Make that attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna rage first.
Kitty decides to rage, and the 14 versus armor class is not going to hit.
Shit, but he still takes 2 damage, so it's okay.
Still takes 2 damage, a little spray of blood as you nick the creature, not penetrating its thick hide.
I'm gonna tell the guys next to me, alright, don't get puked on, but these guys are pretty nasty.
As you say. Miss Ghoul is going to come up here and attack Kitty with claws and bite. 17. Does that hit you, Kitty? Needs to just miss. As Kitty just turns the claws aside, knocking them down. A skeleton warrior attacks Goro-Atashan with a spear attack. Definitely not going to hit against him. And then this soldier comes up on the big green one. Longsword attack. 24. That's going to hit it. Deals another 8 points of damage. Lithram is up next. And Sean's not here, and I have no idea how to run his character.
You have to pick one of 3 colored things, and then based on that, he typically uses blue, white, and purple. When he picks blue, it means defense. When he picks white, it means iconic, and when he picks purple, it's the healing one. And then you have to warp from there. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna not use his spells until without him, because I would have to figure it all out on the fly.
Completely randomized the entire time. You never know what you're gonna have.
It is, yeah, and I don't know which button to push to do the random thing. Maybe it's this chaos magic button.
He typically just does dice like right in front of him because there isn't a way to automate it without making it very messy.
Okay. Okay, well, for this round at least, he's going to toss a little bolt that will miss. In subsequent rounds, maybe he'll do something else. Maybe I'll take a break and figure out how a Chaos Mage works. This soldier's going to come up to try and help Kitty, and slashes out with a longsword. Do no effect. Death Plague Orc takes a big swing with a huge spiked flail. That thing is going to crush and cave in the form of this Imperial soldier directly in front, and he is most definitely going to die as he gets his armor caved in and essentially explodes all over Kitty. Another longsword attack from one of the Imperial soldiers is going to be a miss, and we're back at the top of the round, where the Wraith, having killed this soldier, vanishes and is going to rematerialize next to Thorold. Ice Cold Ghost Blade against you, Thorold.
Yep, hits.
Hits. All right, 14 negative energy damage against physical defense. So yeah, it definitely hits. You take 14 points of damage as the blade slices through and leaves you bleeding. You get a good look at the blade. It appears to be magical. Going to Flesh-Seeking Tongue against Kitty. 17 against physical defense, Kitty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. You take 8 points of damage as the tongue and wraps around your arm, tearing with its jagged, gnarly taste buds. You are also vulnerable. Skeleton Archer firing a short bow. Miss. Goro-Atashan going to be attacking this ghoul here. Melee attack. That time he's going to hit. 35 points of damage, and he's actually going to use his ability to reroll the 1. That's a 9, so with that, he eliminates that ghoul. As soon as he does so, he's going to use Cleave to make another attack to try and hit the skeleton that's over on the other side. That'll hit, that deals 38 damage, so he quickly eliminates one ghoul, one skeleton. And he just starts looking around, like, find who did this! Arouser, you're up.
Oh boy.
Then shoot the horde. It's on the other side of the house.
Yeah, with a bow you could. So yeah, if you want to shoot the horde, you slip out of the house, come around and take a shot with the bow. I'll do the roll for you since it's being...
I think I can do the roll.
Okay.
But nope, just kidding, I can't. Oh, did it go through? Yeah,
I see one that went through. 23 versus armor class deals 10 damage. Yeah, that's gonna take one of the zombie shufflers out. Just headshot instantly takes it down,
Yeah.
and so that takes part of the horde out.
Fuck you, zombie shuffler.
As you're looking around, you also want to make a wisdom check to see if you can spot any Kitsu.
I'd love to.
Yeah, we can do that. I said I'll also roll one for Lithram because I forgot to do it on his turn. But this time he can't quite spot her. So yeah, you can do a wisdom check, and yeah, on each of your turns I'll say you can do that to try and spot her. Yeah, you see it's past this group a little bit of a ways down the street. You have to go up this street to get to her, but she's kind of driving the zombies towards you, and you catch a brief glimpse of her as she pops out, fires a shot from a bow, and
Do I have any more movement?
yeah, you still have movement.
If I could use some of it to head in that general direction, but not put myself in the middle of absolute chaos.
Yeah, I'll say you go up right behind Stas there,
Great.
so that there's still a wall of kitty and some soldiers between you and the chaos, but you're heading in the right direction.
Sounds good.
All right. The Shuffler Horde, the remaining Shuffler Horde is going to pile on and start punching at this guy. With mostly no effect. In fact, they all miss against the Imperial Soldier. This one, though, is going to swing a huge spiked flail at a guy. Also misses. So at present, it seems that the Imperial soldiers, if not holding their own, at least not getting steamrolled by the zombies.
Oh,
Miss. Yeah, go ahead.
Graveling. I forgot Graveling. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, Graveling. Yeah, Graveling can make an attack. Graveling is right in the midst of some chaos and will be getting a hit there. 4 points of damage as Graveling snaps out and bites the same one that Kitty was attacking.
Go, Graveling, go. And then actually, I might have him come to me.
Okay. Yeah, Graveling bites and then slips back between Kitty's legs and comes straight back to you. It's Pussbuster time.
Gross. That will never not be so gross to me.
It's only got to hit one this time, and it will hurt itself. But it's going to deal 10 more... physical... Yeah, does deal 10 more damage to the Imperial soldier over here, who is also slowly decaying away under the comet. Thorold, you're up, and you are locked in combat with a ghost.
I'll yell at Lithram and Stars, "You two try and find any!" And then I'm going to draw my blades. Does the ghost count as undead? I'm just...
Yes, this creature does count as undead.
Yay! Yep, and no, it won't be as effective, but at least I'm going to try. Double melee attack.
Hey, yeah, you start taking some swings.
I'm going to reroll.
Okay.
I'm going to use my lethal ability to reroll.
Use your lethal ability to reroll. It was, on my screen at least, it was right in between. 18! Is that a critical?
Yes, it is!
Nice! Critical hit. Deals 18 damage on the first one. That is also an even, so you get to take another swing.
Yes.
All right, the second one is 19 versus armor class. That also hits. So it's a total of 18 plus 4 damage, 22 damage. Nice.
So, this ghost thing, is it on the turn tracker?
It is. It's the first thing on the tracker.
Oh, it's a wraith. Okay, got it.
It is a wraith, yes. So this is the first time we've seen a creature with this type of resistance. That first hit does bite true and seems to hit something and do some damage to it. The second one passes partly through, dealing less. A wraith has what is known as resistance 16+, which means it takes half damage from anything that is the natural roll is 15 or lower. So when you rolled an 18 on your die, you hit it for full damage. Your second die attack, you rolled a 13, half damage, because it's got the ghostly trait. So that's how that works.
Fun.
But Thorold, with some nice hits there, manages to actually do some damage to the wraith before you go. Stas is up next. Stas heard your instructions there. So he's going to try and spot Eni.
Basically, I think it's convenient to have the NPCs do the hunting.
Sure. He's having some difficulty spotting things. So, it is what it is. He's going to gather power so that his next round he'll do a big-ass spell, and hopefully he'll have a good target by then. And he's going to keep moving in the right direction. If he sees her, he'll blast her. If not, then he'll blast something else. Jabby Bones coming at Kitty, miss. Wounded Soldier attacking the horde, miss. A natural 1. Skeleton Warrior is going to push forward and attack this injured soldier with a spear. Stabs out with a spear, missing. Lots of just flailing about here by the Imperials and zombies alike. Poison Bite coming at Kitty is the closest one. So, Kitty, I think that's going to get you a little bit. Yeah, 8 more damage, Kitty.
I'm gonna make you redo that.
Okay. Yeah. Versus armor class. I think it still gets you.
A 17 won't hit me.
Was it a 17?
It was a 19, but my evasive gives you a -2 penalty, so a 17 does not hit.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that misses then. Critical hit on this one. What was the question there, Valerie?
Who's the highest ranking Imperial Army person here?
Uratashan, who's right here. He just killed a ghoul and a skeleton with a couple of hits.
Has he been made aware of the fact that Innie is here? Like that she's been spotted?
No, he's at present just kind of saying, find whoever did this, but he has not seen her himself.
Okay.
Or been made aware of her location.
I think we should definitely communicate that to him because we're already still being treated suspiciously, and this would be an ideal moment. Like, even if we don't catch her, if he can just even lay eyes on her and know that she's here.
So you are kind of yelling that out and sort of pointing that direction. He turns his head on a swivel and starts looking over that way. I'll do a wisdom check for him and see if he sees her himself. He's kind of peering there, and he's like, I think I see movement up there. I'm getting these things off of my men. Go and apprehend her. Kitty, you're up.
Kitty's gonna whirlwind, but then I don't know exactly how many I'm hitting.
4.
Alright, so I'm gonna do all 4 of those attacks, but then I'm gonna whirlwind my way through these things just so I can come out on the other side of them.
Okay, Kitty's spinning, whirling, slashing. Let's roll those attacks and see how many will be hidden. Oh no.
Damn.
Okay, I definitely really hurt some. I think I might have rolled an extra. Did I? No, I didn't. I rolled all 4.
You rolled all 4, so...
Did anyone die? Can I cleave anyone?
Let's find out. That one is heavily wounded. This one takes 28 points of damage. I need to do math in my head.
Kitty with the feral gleam in her eye.
Very much so.
Definitely feral today.
No, none of them dies.
Great. Did I miss any?
None of them were missed either.
Okay. Just checking. I mean, I knew I likely hadn't missed it. Oh, wow, that's a really dark blood puddle.
It is.
Uh-oh.
So you slash and spin and push your way through the crowd, dealing a lot of damage as you do so. None of them goes down, but you do stagger one and take a lot of damage to the others. I think that's good. That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. The soldiers over there just continuing to slash away. Lithram up next. And Lithram is going to move in this direction, trying to spot Eni. Lithram and Stas not doing so great on those checks. He's going to use Ray of Frost. Why? Because that is a spell that I know how it works. He's just going to blast some frost, try to take down the one that Kitty wounded. Unfortunately, he misses with a 13 versus physical defense. So he deals a couple of points of cold damage and starts moving forward. They go in tandem with the others. Next up, Imperial Soldier here. Longsword attack. Okay. Death Plague work. This one just got slashed real badly by Kitty, so it's going to make a massive attack at Kitty, and that will be 21 damage to you, Kitty.
Screw you, ugly green thing.
Yeah, and Kitty, you get a disease.
Oh no.
As this thing, its big body smashes into you and it slams you with the mace. You feel yourself get a little bit infected. You now have Slug Scourge.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds great.
I don't know either, but it's gross, and let's see what symptom you have for today. Roll me a d6. Let's see what symptoms you're... Oh, no.
I got the worst one, right? Right? Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yay for Kitty. Kitty's having a great fucking day.
Although a 1 would have been bad too in this scenario only, because a 1 was extreme appetite, which
that would have sucked.
given how the food is infected, would have been bad. You feel the slugs get somewhere inside your body you'd really rather they weren't.
Oh, they crawled through my anus. Got it. Okay, there's slugs in my anus. I tell everybody that they must plug their buttholes because there are slugs running amok.
There's butt slugs?
There are not slugs in your butt. There are no slugs in your anus.
You said a place they'd rather not be. The only place I'd rather them not be is in my ass.
They're in your lungs.
My lungs. Oh, great. I'm breathing slug.
You know, they got in your lungs the traditional surgical way of you just got smashed by a huge spiked flail. And so those tiny slugs are in your lungs.
That's just science.
That is science. That's how that works. Thorol, the ice cold ghost blade coming your way. 17 versus your physical defense.
I think that just misses. That
Physical
defense, not AC.
Yeah. Not AC. Yeah. 14 negative energy damage.
Just hits.
Thank God.
It's Thorol, you take some damage there as the blade continues to cut into you. Licklash.
I have slugs in my ass. Lithrum is back. I mean my lungs. My lungs. They're in my lungs.
Hi, what was the call? What did you have to deal with?
3-car MVA, motor vehicle accident.
Okay.
First they said that one of the cars was flipped over, but when we got there, they weren't flipped over.
Okay, alright, but did anyone get anal slugs?
No, the call wasn't that exciting.
Well, you missed it here. I got anal slugs, which I've actually found out are lung slugs.
Not connected one way or another. Yeah, that is yes. That is what
I missed.
That is what you missed. Things are going okay, with the exception for Kitty. 30 points of damage to the Death Plague Orc.
I mean, I'm also in battle with...
Someone should also probably help Thorald. Soldier here, taking a long sword attack, and yeah, that's gonna hit. So how much damage does he do? 8 points of damage. Nice. As they continue to try and finish things off over in that area. Araza, you're up next.
Oh boy.
Do better than me.
I'll try. I mean, you
did pretty well on her attack. It's just when everything else attacked her that it got bad.
Yes. Your attack was epic. It was the...
Yeah, there were 2 crits. It was pretty nice, huh?
You dealt like 90 points of damage total.
And
Okay.
the slugs are going to take me down.
I'm going to try to head in the direction of where I think Ini is and remain as sort of sheltered as possible since she's taking shots into the chaos.
Sounds good. Would you like to take a shot at anything here while you're moving?
Yes, I would. I would like to take a shot at... or I'll just take a shot into this chaos that's going on over here, this little chaos cluster that's going on with Goro Atashan.
Yeah, he's just there's blood and viscera everywhere.
Awesome.
He's hacking through things. Kitty is hacking through things. Things are licking and.
Glorious here in the world of.
Okay, someone hold Kitty down. We'll get the dewormer.
Oh my god!
I'm going to be de-slugged. Oh, now I'm jumping to Harry Potter and the slugs.
Yes,
Oh god,
that was the
perfect.
first place in my brain.
Oh.
Before it got turned into butt slugs, the first thing I was thinking was Ron Weasley puking up slugs. Eat slugs, Malfoy!
Oh god.
All right. Roll me your shot.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. It was just reloading this whole time, which is why I was monologuing.
Okay. All right. And
Did it go
it is. I'm gonna assume that misses. You can roll for Graveling.
Graveling will, I guess, take one last chomp at something and then follow me.
All right. Sounds good. Graveling takes a single big old chomper.
Did it?
Right. That is an 18. That will definitely hit. So if you just want to roll the d8 and, that will be Graveling's damage.
Could you?
Yeah, I can roll it.
Thank you. You feel so much faster.
Hey, it's a 7.
Oh, great.
Good job, Graveling.
Graveling.
All right, Graveling bites a licklash, and you move along. So we'll shift battlefields shortly. First, we got to deal with the ghost situation. All right. So yeah, we do get a hit in here, dealing some damage to this Imperial soldier who does finally go down under the assault. Deathplay Orc is going to take a huge spiked mail flail attack, which this time will miss against this creature. Skeletal Archer. Moving up, taking a shot. 20 versus armor class. That will hit and deals a little bit of damage to this Imperial soldier. The Ghoul Pussbuster is going to come up here and attempt to vomit comet as many of these. He's got to get all 3. One of them it will be a miss on, but the other 2 each take 10 ongoing damage as just blood and broken teeth and bile spews out of its mouth, coating these Imperial soldiers who start clutching at their face and eyes as they go down from that. Thorvald, you're up.
Okay, 2 attacks against this guy, the Wraith.
Sounds good.
Miss.
Actually, it's a clean reroll because that was a 2 while dual wielding. So you get to re-roll that one.
Yeah, I do get to do my second attack.
No, you get to re-roll that one entirely.
Really?
Yeah. You'll notice under attack, see how it's golden? It's that 9?
Yeah.
That is the one benefit from dual wielding. If you got a weapon in each hand, if you roll a natural 2, you get to re-roll that attack. So, in this case, that 15 plus 2 is a 17, which does miss, but now you get to roll your second attack because it was also an even.
Yes.
So just slash, and then 16 plus 2, 18. That will just hit. It's only going to do half damage, unfortunately, but it does get it.
We forgot to do it last turn, but Slaughter would have worked on my critical attack.
On the critical, okay, so another 2 points of damage, as you did crit it last time. All right, so...
also there was miss damage for the first attack.
The first attack was a miss, that's another 2 points of damage. All right.
Yeah. It might get reduced down to 1, but you
duel with the Wraith. Next up is Stas, who is going to do a lightning fork and try to fork that thing up. Targeting the Wraith to try and help out Stas, help out Thorold, and then it'll arc around as it goes, and hopefully he gets a good roll here. 16 versus physical defense, add 2, that's 18 versus physical defense. It's got a physical defense of 14, so that does hit. Takes 22 points of lightning damage because he gathered power last time, And is it an even? It is. So it will arc to another target. He'll arc it into the pack. That hits. That's another 32 points of damage. That will eliminate the pack. And that arcs again. So another lightning fork. So it's a 15 against physical defense. Will miss. So it does half damage. So it deals only 15 points of damage to the Pustbuster. But blows through the Wraith and then explodes the pack of zombies before striking into the Pustbuster as it fizzles and sizzles. And then he will shout out to you, Thor, and say, "You think you can finish it?" And then he'll continue moving along. Next up is the Skeleton Archer. Takes a shot. 17. That is going to hit on this soldier. I'll bloody him up a little bit. Skeleton Warrior starts moving down this way to attack. Spear attack. Miss. Bloody Ghoul up here by Kitty, going to take a claw and bite attack at her. 18 just hits you. 8 more points of damage, Kitty.
I'm really hurting. I need to kill something.
Natural 1. Lick Lash, attacking Gorasashan with bloody claws. Miss. Pustbuster is going to come up here and, well, you know by now. Another triple hit with the Vomit Comet. 2 of them. Yeah, this guy is dead. This guy is hurting and will continue to sizzle. This guy takes his ongoing damage from the last time he got Vomit Cometed. Kitty, you're up.
So I'm gonna Whirlwind, which I believe it looks like 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is it 3?
Yeah. That would be able to hit 3 for sure.
1, 2, nice. And
The second one misses, but the first one does hit, so you can cleave and take and we'll kill that ghoul. So
I'm gonna cleave, and I'm gonna use this. So since the second one missed, the last one will take an extra 3 damage.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if it hits them.
If this one hits, it'll take because I.
Wait, let's do this. Another 31 damage. That will kill the Death Plague Orc, so that one is dead too.
And
Can you go?
I just need to heal myself, just a little bit.
It's a pretty good roll. 17 hit points come back to you on the recovery die from your cleave there.
Yeah, thank God.
That does kill the ones that are immediately next to you, so you can continue moving forward if you would like to.
I'm going to move close-ish to this guy.
Okay, sounds good.
You said that Enie's down this road, right? Would I be able to do a wisdom check to see if she's, if I can see her?
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Maybe. I saw jack shit. I'm covered in blood. My eyes is wet.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure where she is. You just know the general area that has been pointed out to you by your companions. Lithram, you're up.
I'm going to attack this ghoul with.
Okay. That one is dead actually.
Oh, okay. Are there live ones? Is it just this one, or is that also dead?
That one is alive. Yeah, that one is alive. For sure. But the others have been dealt with by Kitty and Goro in particular. There's also the Wraith that's still attacking Thorald behind you.
I'll help Thorald out. I mean, I brought him the potion. I might as well make sure that this doesn't kill him.
It does make sense. You don't want it to crit him and finish him.
Yeah. I'm going to attack the Wraith with Flarg. Wow. Target is dazed. But
Alright, 19 versus physical defense. That is going to hit. Actually, it's a 21 versus physical defense. Yeah, definitely gonna hit. So 18 damage. Yeah, you kill the Wraith.
Blarg.
So it is a little bit more than dazed. As you just shot, the sonic vibrations shiver and tremble through the wraith, and its incorporeal form puffs to smoke and wisps away, and the blade that it was carrying falls at your feet, Thor.